Today we about to get our life in the kitchen, honey. We about to make some turkey legs and some mixed vegetables. Now, I love turkey year round. I don't believe in holding it hostage to Christmas and Thanksgiving. So if you like me, then you're definitely going to enjoy this video. With that being said, this turkey is going to be so delicious. Now, what I like to do when I do my turkey legs, I like to throw some fresh spices, some fresh herbs, and some type of fruit in there. Today, we're going to be using fresh peaches because the peaches give it a nice sweet flavor and it just tastes delicious. Now, we're going to do this stir fry, but this is not your grandmama stir fry. I do not do peas and carrots. I will not do it. I will not eat it. So, we're going to do some fresh vegetables and we're just going to get our life in the kitchen today, honey. So, if you're interested in seeing how me, myself, and Bama Girl Cafe gets her life with these turkey legs today, then you might want to stick around. See you guys back here in a second. Alright guys, so now we have 6 fresh turkey legs. And I got these from my local commissary. And I like to use the honeysuckle turkey because it's fresh and it's always getting, you know, you're getting a good product. Because I don't mess around with my turkey. So I'd like to start off first by seasoning my turkey with some seasoning salt. Then I like to go in with some fresh ground black pepper. And then I also like to go in with some garlic powder. Now I love garlic powder because it always gives it a little bit of a kick. And sometimes I use a little much, but when you're doing this recipe, you can season your meat with whatever you want to. Now I'm going to take it and hit it with a little bit of olive oil. And then I'm going to, you know, after I get the olive oil on it, I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. Then I just like to take a second to run my hands under the water, and then I go back and I add some seasoning salt again, some onion powder, and then I'm going to hit it with a little bit more of that black pepper. And you want to make sure you get seasoned on both sides really well, because turkey is a very dense meat and you need to make sure you get a good amount of seasoning on it. So don't be stingy. And you're going to hit it with a little bit more olive oil on that side. And once you've done this, you want to go ahead and set your turkey to the side, honey. It's looking good already. So now we have our vegetables. We have an onion, a fresh peach, and we have a green, a red, and a yellow bell pepper. We have some fresh Italian parsley. We have some cilantros. We have some rosemary. And we have some fresh thyme. Now I'm really big on using fresh vegetables and herbs anytime I cook because it gives your food a better flavor. And you get a good taste, and you don't have to worry about using a lot of seasonings. And I'm also very careful about the seasonings I use because I try to stay away from MSG at all costs. Now we're going to go ahead and start slicing up our bell peppers. And you just want to slice them the long way, nothing fancy. And And it doesn't take much, just a couple pieces, because we're going to be using 3 different type of bell peppers. Now we're going to go ahead and slice up our red bell pepper. And take your time with you doing this. You don't want to lose a finger. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and get started in a second on our, well, we're going to dice these in half. No, we're not going to dice these in half. I'm sorry, y'all. We're going to go ahead and get started on our yellow peppers. Now it's been a little stubborn, y'all. My knife is getting a little dull, so forgive me. I will sharpen it after this video. So now we're going to go ahead and slice a small onion, and you're going to use the whole onion. I'm sorry, guys. Right before this video, I broke a nail. So please forgive me. Now we're going to go ahead and slice the second half of the onion. Now you can use whichever herbs and vegetables you like. These are just the things that I prefer, that I know are going to give me the flavor that I desire. So right now we're going to go ahead and we're going to chop up this fresh cilantros. Now usually when I'm doing a recipe that uses turkey, I like to get some sage, but I couldn't find any fresh sage. And I'm not really big on using dried spices that often, unless the recipe calls for it. So I just left it out. But I do have my cilantros and my parsley, so we're going to make that work. So here's my Italian parsley. It smells so good. It's fresh. I just picked it up today. It's going to give me every flavor that I desire from the parsley. This parsley is on point, y'all. So we're going to give it a bit of a rough chop. I'm going to run the knife through one more time. Oops, left out a piece, but that's fine. Slide it onto the side, clean your blade. And now we're going to get ready for this rosemary, honey. So when you're working with rosemary, you never want to leave the stem. Leave it on the stem if you're going to be using it in a dish that you're going to be eating. Unless you're making like a stew or something, and then you just char it off in a cheesecloth and drop it all over in there. You don't have to fish all the herbs and spices out. But with this one, I'm going to give this rosemary a fine chop, honey. So I'm going to go ahead and finish pulling it off. Now I'm going to give it a nice chop to open up the flavor of the spices. Anytime you have herbs, just run your knife across them, and that'll open them up and release all of the, what's the word? All of the aroma, and it'll help to flavor the dish more. So I always give my herbs a rough chop. So now we're going to go ahead and get started on our rosemary. And rosemary is another herb that goes perfect with turkey. And it basically goes with anything. You can use rosemary or anything, and it will take it up to the next notch. I love rosemary. So we're going to continue to just peel the rosemary off the stems. Y'all, this is so tedious and time consuming. I really need to get one of those little things that you just run your spices down and just knock all the leaves off of the spice. The spice stem, or whatever you want to call it, because I be forever trying to like get the leaves off whenever I'm using rosemary or thyme. So now we're ready. We're going to go ahead and get this a rough chop. And when I mean rough, I mean really quick rough. Doesn't take much to chop up rosemary. So now we're going to go ahead, and I like to just rinse my peach off, dry it off with a paper towel. So I'm just going to slice this peach in half and pop out the seed. Then I'm going to go ahead and just start slicing into pieces. And I'm going to take my knife and just scrape out that part where the pit of the seed was. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to slice it up and just peel that center part out with my knife. Now I like to use some type of fruit anytime I do turkey. When I do turkey or chicken in the oven, I usually add in like an apple or peach or pear. Something to give it a sweet taste. It really does give it a little bit of that. You can really taste a little bit of the hint of the peach on the turkey, which is excellent. When I do my Thanksgiving turkey, I always stuff it with apples, oranges, and pears, and it just gives it a good taste, and it helps it to stay moist, especially the breast. If you stuff something in the breast of a turkey or chicken, it will keep it moist. I swear to God, I'm not lying to y'all. So now we've got our peach all chopped up and ready to go. We got all the herbs and our spices and our veggies ready. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and toss all of this into the pan on top of the turkey. Now we're going to throw our peaches in there. And we're going to go ahead and add in our herbs. And we're just going to play around with it. You want to get some of those herbs and spices and bell peppers and peaches. You want to mix it in and get some of it up under the turkey. You don't want to just leave it sitting all on top. You need it up under it, in between it. You want to just play around with it and just get it evenly dispersed through the pan. This looks so pretty, y'all. This is the best way to have turkey and everybody get a leg. In my family, we always fight over the leg and the thigh and the wing of the turkey. We're really not breast people. Okay, so now we've almost got this all situated. Looking ready to go. So what I like to do at this point is I like to add a little bit of water into the pan so that it doesn't dry out and stick. And make sure you don't get it on the chicken because on the turkey, not the chicken. Make sure you don't get it on the turkey because you do not want to wash the seasoning off your bird, okay? So if you like this video and you've been watching this long, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Now what I'm going to do is lay a piece of foil over because you want to seal in all the heat so that the turkey legs can get really moist. And I just fold it in and I don't touch it until the turkey is done. Well, I'll take that back. Once the turkey is done, I take the foil off, I turn the broiler on high, and then I let the turkey brown for about 5 minutes on high. But that's at the end when the cooking process is done. Now we're going to place the turkey legs into an oven, and we're going to set it at 360. And we're going to let it cook for 3 hours. Now, the turkey is done, honey. Look at that. Look at all those juices, that turkey. Oh my God, y'all. It smells so good. I could just fall into the pan and start eating. So now we're going to go ahead and plate the turkey. If you wonder where I got this dish from, I picked this dish up at IKEA in Kansas City, and I love their dishes. They're very inexpensive, and they are very sturdy. So we're going to just place each turkey leg on there all pretty and fancy. Then we're going to take some of these veggies and just put on top of it. And voila, we have our turkey legs and we're ready to go. So now that we're done with the turkey, go ahead and thumbs up this video if you haven't already. And we're going to get ready to start chopping up our vegetables for our... it's the stir-fried meat or mixed vegetable, whatever you want to call it, but it's fresh and it's tasty. So we're going to go ahead and start with our yellow squash, and we're going to slice it in half. And then we're going to slice it again and we're going to cut it. I love squash. I love zucchini. I love any vegetable, but I don't do soggy vegetables. So you will see in the cooking process, like, I don't leave my veggies on long because I don't do soggy, okay? It kills all the nutrients in the vegetable. And it's really hard to eat leftover soggy vegetables. So we're going to go ahead and cut up our zucchini. And we're just going to follow the same steps with the squash. Now we have another piece of onion, and we're just going to go ahead and slice it. And we're going to slice up the other half. I love onion and bell pepper. I know you guys are like, why do you use so much? But it just gives the food such a nice taste. And we're going to go ahead and slice this bell pepper up to Jesus. So believe it or not, this is a very light, healthy meal. I'm also going to cook some brown rice to go with this, to go with the vegetables. Believe it or not, you guys, I actually eat like this mostly every day. I'm a southern lady. I like heavy southern food, but sometimes I just need something a little light because I am a little chunky and I have to watch my weight because I refuse to buy more clothes. And when I gain weight, my feet get fat and I got like 300 pairs of shoes that I will not give up. So I usually eat really light. Now right here we have some fresh ginger. I love fresh ginger. If you haven't had ginger, you should definitely put it into your vegetables. It tastes so good. It just gives it a little bit of a kick and just takes everything to the next level. Now we got some grape tomatoes. We're going to slice these tomatoes in half. And that's it. And we also have some fresh... Are these snap peas, Lord? I can't remember. Or some peas. Now we got our skillet and it's all hot. And we're going to put a little bit of coconut oil in there. I cook with coconut oil, grapeseed oil, and olive oil. I use butter, but I mostly use butter when I'm baking. I don't use it on an everyday basis. Unless it's steak. And you need butter when you're cooking steak. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it with a little bit of my seasoning salt. Just a little. You don't want to be heavy-handed because you don't want the seasoning to take over the freshness of the vegetables. And I'm going to use a little bit of ground black pepper. I'm just going to toss this around in the skillet for a couple seconds. And you want to keep the vegetables moving. You might let them sit still for about a minute and a half. But you want to keep them moving so that they don't get soggy and they cook evenly. And remember guys, nobody wants soggy vegetables. And this is very good. You got your sweet peas. You have some fresh tomatoes, fresh zucchini, fresh squash, and you have onion and bell pepper, and you also have some fresh ginger in there that's really going to just make this go like to heaven and back. Like this is the best way to eat your vegetables, fresh and crisp. So now our vegetables are done, and we're gonna go ahead and put them in a bowl, honey. And you want to take them out of the skillet quick as soon as you get through cooking them, because they will continue to cook if you leave them in the pan. And this way, this will like stop the slow down. It won't stop, but it'll slow down the cooking process until the vegetables are done. And then we just hit it with a little bit of parsley to make it look pretty. Alright guys, so here we go.
Completely slayed and laid.
Give you a quick
turkey legs
view of all the food up close.
If you like to see more videos like this, then definitely don't be afraid to leave me a comment down below, and I will try to get more videos up like this. I also want to say thank you to my new subscribers, and a big thank you and I love you to my old subscribers who've been here hanging out with me from day one. With that being said, remember, food is love. I love you guys. Remember to treat people the way you want to be treated. And I will have an extra video coming for you guys this week on a couple of things I got on my small vacay. With that being said, have a good night. And I'm about to enjoy these turkey legs, y'all, because it's about to go down over here. See you guys later.